Hi Tom, really good session last night. Hope you found it helpful. Just going to run through a couple of things that we discussed obviously in the session and hopefully explain where some of that inconsistency was coming from. You said when you did play golf. As we said at the start, when you hit the ball really well, it was very impressive, long and pretty straight. The problem was obviously the direction of your shots. They either went kind of bullet straight this way or they could be a bit of a hook or a slice off to the right there. And also the contact was a little bit inconsistent in terms of how well you were striking the ball. A tendency to hit the ground a bit before the ball. Now I think you knew you were kind of steep in the swing, or you were coming down across the golf ball, something you mentioned at the start of the session. If we look here now at setup, you can see distance from the golf ball, distance from your hands there to the legs very close, and your spine angle now very much upright. Now because of this, now as the club goes back, if your body does rotate, it's going to rotate sort of very much sort of around your body, and the club's going to go back a little bit on the sort of inside path here, as we can see, taking the golf club back a little bit far inside and behind. Now once that club starts going here, it has to eventually start going up above your head. Now what you will find as you get to the top of the backswing, the club now you can see some across the line aiming out to the right. Now from this position, one of two things is going to happen. One, you'll come back down on this line, sending the golf ball out in that direction, or back to target, or a big hook off to the left, or is what most people do, and in your case, as we said from the top, when you try and use your hips more, you can see your right hip now trying to twist, but because your right hip and shoulder can't move independently, you therefore throw your arms sort of over the top, and the club now in this position gets very, very steep. Now from here, if that club is coming down as steep as it is, you've got to kind of get out of your own way, sort of just pulling backwards, sort of shoulders trying to get back out of the way here, getting quite cramped. Now yeah, very good strike, you've kind of adapted to that method, and you get the golf ball very nicely when it was good. But as we said, a little bit inconsistent. So if we look here at setup, you can see on the right hand side a much more tilted spine angle. Ideally speaking, we're looking sort of 90 degrees between spine angle and club shaft, and you've pretty much got that. The sensation now is in the stuff we discussed with that drill with the wall. As that club goes back, you make a kind of normal backswing to here, but when you get to here now, you kind of feel the club going back for two, and then basically scraping down this wall, getting the club working more on the inside. If we just look here now as the club comes back, yes, there's still that little bit of an over-the-top move. That isn't going to go straight away. That's kind of your just trigger from the top there. But with a better setup and the takeaway now better when you come with the golf ball, you can see a lot more space for your arms to swing, much more freedom around here to get contact. And the ball then flying through a little bit to the left, as we said, because obviously that slight over-the-top movement now. And now you've got space for your arms. You can kind of release your arms nicely where the direction the club is going, obviously to the left. When you were kind of close to it and stuck, you kind of got a bit trapped and had to almost open the club face up as a result of that. And those sort of 2-3 wrongs, shall we say, kind of made a right. But obviously consistency-wise, if you've got 3 wrongs making a right, when it's good, it's very, very good. When it's not so good, unfortunately, it's probably been a lost golf ball or something of the like. So if we can work on that setup, get yourself a little bit further from the golf ball, in terms of your spine angle, a little more tilted over the golf ball. We're going to be reaching out for the golf ball. Your arms are going to be just hanging straight down from the shoulders. So try to avoid obviously just stretching and getting a long way from the golf ball. Once you're then set up in a good position, practice some of those moves that we showed you against the wall there, where you set up for 1, swing back, find the wall for 2, and then 3, drag it down. In every single process, try to feel almost like a pause or a delay. So you don't rush it. We're not hitting the ball in this movement, obviously. We're not even swinging past where the golf ball would be. We're simply swinging to the top of the backswing for 1, hit the wall 2, drag it down for 3. Trying to get the sensation that your arms and the hands are more kind of in this direction rather than too far in front of you. So, hope that all makes sense. Any questions, obviously, feel free to give me a shout, and I'll catch you in the next lesson. Cheers, Tom.